a volunteer organization. We are putting our time to fight for small businesses because we need to make sure that our voices are heard. So the people that you're going to hear represent different industries. After the speakers, we're going to end with someone that has been with us from day one, someone that's been fighting for small businesses for many decades, and that's our own Lieutenant Governor, Dan McKee. We would not be here without Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee, I can assure you that. So he's going to wrap it all up at the end and hopefully give us some directions maybe on which way to go to the State House. But the plan is, after this, we're going to go in an organized way to the State House and let our voices be heard, honk our horns. We're going to have our flashes on. We'll talk more about details in the end. But thank you very much. Again, my name is Chris Parisi, the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition. If you did not join, go to www.rismallbusiness.org. Thank you. And now I'm going to pass it off to David Dadakian from Eat, Drink, RI. Thank you very much. This is antibacterial for just microphones. I'm going to put my mask on. All right, David.
All right. How's everyone doing this morning? Nice day. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. This is a fantastic crowd to see. My name is David Dadakian, and as Chris said, I run Eat, Drink, Rhode Island. I try to advocate and talk on behalf of all local food and drink here in the state. As most of you know, we've got a spectacular food and drink community here, and it is suffering. It is suffering very badly right now. I can't even begin to stress upon how much pain everyone's in, as are all the rest of the small businesses here. You know, all the things Chris asked for seem completely reasonable, completely doable, and ways to save our small business community, and it's what we need. And frankly, at this point, I am ticked, and is a word that I'm not going to say, and ticked is not the word I want to say either. But this is the truth. Let's get some organized noise here, okay? Instead of just a random honking and everything, I'm gonna yell a 5-word phrase, then I want 5 honks on the horn, okay? Ready? Ready? Here we go. Show me the money. Show me the money. This is insane what is going on. These businesses are closing. It is a panic. The weather's getting colder. Restaurants can't stay open outdoors. Restaurants are having more restrictions going on. The food businesses in general are suffering. We need support. We need it now. We need it fast. There's no other way around it. Everyone out there wants to go out to eat. Everyone out there wants to enjoy their life. But right now we can't because of a pandemic. But it's going to need to be there when it comes back. When this pandemic is over, we need to be able to go back to these places. We need to be able to enjoy food and drink, go out, enjoy times with our friends. Yes, right now we need to stay at home, wear our masks, things of that nature. I get that. But if we don't support these businesses to stay open, they're not going to be there when we get back. I have a list of places that are closing. There are more closing every day. Last night I spoke to the Pawtucket City Council because they took away a temporary structure from a cafe in Pawtucket that was just trying to have some more outdoor seating and some outdoor drinking. This is not the time for this. This is the time for our government action to help us. This is what we pay taxes for. This is what we pay all kinds of fees and regulations and licenses for. And we do this year in, year out to keep our businesses open because we love what we have here in Rhode Island. We love all the businesses here. Think about this. All of us here that run small businesses, where do we spend our money? We spend our money in small businesses. If we're all suffering, that's suffering the small business as well. There are people coming up that speak after me that I care about deeply. I run a large-scale food event. We've got event professionals here that are fantastic, that are really suffering. The event industry this year has fallen off a cliff. My daughters go to dance school. There's dance and fitness and things of that nature coming up after me. They can't participate in these things. This is widespread. This impacts every single business in the state, and the small business in the state is our lifeblood. So I really want everyone here today to keep honking those horns, keep making your voice heard, go out and support the small businesses as safe as you can right now. Shop this weekend, for the Black Friday insanity at the small businesses. Eat out if you can. Get takeout. Take out cocktails, take out drinks, drink a lot. It's the holidays. And please, keep supporting. We love you all. I really, the pain and the anger that I feel, I can't express it enough. And I just want everyone out there to know that we need this government to stand up, give us the money, give it fast, get it into people's hands as quick as possible, and save these small businesses. So thank you all very much for being here.
I'm doing the live with Ben. Can you take over? Oh my Lord.
Thank you, David. Next up, we have another small business owner as well as councilman from the city of Cranston, Edward Brady.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity by the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition and Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee to speak in front of you all today. This is honestly truly moving to see the amount of people that came out in support for our small business community. I myself, I own 4 restaurants, the Dursey Beaver in Cranston, Smithfield, and Rentham. Thank you. In addition to our restaurant, Huck's Filling Station.
Well, Justin, we lost the connection there at the rally for a minute, but this is Justin Yantarek. Hope I said that right.
Close enough, man. Close enough.
One of the founders of the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition. Tell us a little bit about what's happening today.
Yeah, so what we did today is we're rallying for the small businesses. I myself, again, our organization is all volunteer. Myself, Chris, and Lori. We started this about 8 months ago. We've got thousands of businesses on there right now. I'm stuck back in my studio today, being a small business owner. The day before the holidays, it's my busy season. But Chris and the team took the charge to get out to the rally today to help us get an additional funding for the Rhode Island Restore RI grants. We were asking for an additional $75 million of those COVID funds to help our small business communities. And with the new restrictions coming in a few more weeks, we're going to have less ability for restaurant owners to be in there. We are going to have, gyms are closing. All those restrictions that were in there, and we can pop that on the screen in a little bit. But it's just detrimental to the small business community that's already hurting. And like I'm sure if you're just tuning in now or you saw before, Chris had mentioned, the governor, she did say, we're forced with a bad choice on top of a bad choice on top of a bad choice. And we get it. We've been saying this for the last 8 months as we've been out here rallying for our small businesses. We've been saying that, it's health crisis first, money second. But at the end of the day, all of us small business owners were really starting to struggle. I was reading an article in Projo this morning who has been very supportive of us. They've been covering a lot of our stuff, and Stanley Burgers that it's been around since I was a kid, since my parents were kids, and now they're fighting to stay open. And I believe in their town they have no dine-in in Central Falls, so it's really tough for businesses right now. I said it yesterday on the news. If you can get out there and support a small business, even if it's $10, if you get out there and support them with a $10, a gift card, just go in and buy something. Even if it's something you didn't think that you needed, maybe you have a family member that wanted that item, or just try to think outside the box for the holidays. We're all in a unique place right now with COVID. We're all not in our normal mindsets, our normal daily habits. We're all doing something different, and one of those things that if you've never done it before, support local. I've got a friend out in Wickford. She's got a pop-up shop right on Main Street. It's Vanessa P. She Designs. She's got a small little pop-up shop, so she's doing tons of Christmas gifts. She's got a great line of T-shirts and apparel, mugs, and all kinds of fun stuff, that she has. Actually, if you saw the article yesterday in WPRI in the news, those white tumblers, those were her tumblers. Those are available at her store. She's going to yell at me for that because behind me in that blue machine, I'm making more of them because she ran out. But yeah, I mean, we just, the Shop Local RI, which is Lori's website, who's one of the other founders of the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition. So she's working right now, I believe, with like WPRI, some takeout places and some delivery to kind of launch. Kind of letting the cat out of the bag a little early, but we're trying to launch that that local delivery service. We're really trying to do everything that we can for these small businesses that are out there that are really, really, really struggling. I myself, being that my business, although one of my businesses was existing, my newest business, we haven't been eligible for any of those grants. So here I am advocating for everybody through the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition, and haven't been able to participate in any of that fun stuff and get the help that every business needs. And that was part of some more of our demands to the governor and to Commerce, was to ease those restrictions. Just because I started a business in January doesn't mean I shouldn't be eligible for any funds. I opened a business to, make an income and make an honest living. And it's not fair to, businesses like myself that, hey, you got to close, or you can only let 2 people in the store at a time, or, it's just, we're really limited. And we just need to do more of, helping our community and easing those restrictions. So I know they're still at the event. I think they were having some tech issues.
They
with
are
some of
having
that stuff.
they are having some tech issues, and Rosa, who had volunteered to go live with the camera for us, is helping out with the speaker. I believe probably translating for a speaker for us right now. So tell us a little bit about the rally. This is what's going to happen at the rally. Essentially, is it's the rally for Rhode Island small businesses from your car, and they've gathered. There was a ton of cars there, as you could see. They have gathered at this local business near the State House, and they're doing some speeches right now. As you can see, the cameras, which is why we were trying to not get in the way, members of the press were there from WPRI, WJAR, some of the other networks, and to cover the event. And then they are going to do a drive down to the State House as a part of the rally. So what are obviously we heard a little bit of Chris's impassioned. That was the most I've ever heard Chris.
Yeah, Chris was made for this stuff.
Was,
I thought I was listening to a straight up like presidential like rally right there. Like that kid has got some serious public speaking skills.
I didn't realize the difference between putting him in front of a camera in his office and putting him on a podium. We love you, Chris. So yeah, tell us in your own words. Tell us a little bit about what today is about. Just again to reiterate, while we wait to hopefully get back up live in a minute.
Yeah. So again, they're all very close by in a large parking lot down by the State House, and the plan was to rally as many people and supporters of Rhode Island small businesses that we could find. Business owners. I know there are a bunch of state reps there, state senators, few people from the leadership team. And of course, Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee, who, as Chris said, none of this would be possible without him. So please don't ever forget that, small business owners. Although Chris, Lori, and I have really dug in deep with this, the LG has really been the one to, hit this home. And we wouldn't have all the support that we have if it wasn't for his office's dedication. I know, Ben, you can attest, we're on the phone, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Texting, all hours of the day and night to, come up with solutions and plans and, hey, can we call this person? Can we call that person and make stuff work? But again, back to the rally. So they're all there. Lieutenant Governor is going to close out with some final remarks. And the plan is to get everybody to show the state that, we're here for you for support. Everybody's in the car, so this was a very socially distant rally, much different than, some of the other stuff that has taken place around the State House. Everyone's going to get in their cars, and they're just going to do a big loop around the State House, 1, 2, 3 times, however many times it takes for, just some general acknowledgement, throughout this whole 8 months. We've been doing this call, we start out twice a week. We dropped it down to once a week. We've done some nighttime stuff. We've been all over the news the last 8 months, and the governor and her staff has yet to even acknowledge the Rhode Island small business community. And we're public serving just like she is. We volunteered to do this. We know, I understand. We all understand that she's in a tough position. She's never going to make everybody happy, but I think that's part of what comes with that job. But just a general hello, acknowledgement, a thank you. I know she's going to release her plan a little bit later today, how she plans to disperse out those funds that, she's been holding on to a little bit. I think that a lot of people wouldn't be in as bad as the position as they are now had those funds been available to us earlier with a lot less, guidelines and just the ease of being able to get on there and apply. Jennifer, who's one of our members of the coalition, she's been very good in advocating for us as well as far as helping people. So she has really found every way to apply. You need A, B, C, and D. She's, timeless time that she has gone in and, helped businesses. I want to say she was texting some stuff yesterday that she's helped about, $43,000 worth of small businesses, money wise. So she's been really great. So hopefully this will really make some, headway into how we're actually struggling. We know the governor understands we're struggling. It's just a general acknowledgement of our team that has just been, very sad that we couldn't even get a praise, or you guys have been working hard on this. We understand we've gotten nothing, and Ben, I'm sure you can attest to that, and you see how much you're on all our chats, being that you're our right hand man for all of this. It's just been tough.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about some specifics, because that's the kind of thing that you would be hearing at the rally right now, and you will hear through the news reports later. But basically, so today's rally, like we said, is at a parking lot at 200 Hawkins Street at a local business, and then they're going to be speaking right now, and then driving down to the State House. The headlining businesses, the speakers right now are Chris Parisi from Trailblaze Marketing, David, and I'm going to butcher all of these names, and I'm so sorry. David Dadicane from Eat Drink RI, Erica Trombetti from Infinity Events, Luke Wrenchin Entertainment, Joe Ellen Hockenborough from Providence Power Yoga, Judah Boulay from No Risk CrossFit, Diane Miguel from Global Excellence Travel, and Hugo Adams from the Talent Factory, and of course Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee. There was a press conference on Monday, I believe, with the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition with members of the General Assembly, including Senator Lou DePalma, to talk about oversight from the General Assembly on these matters. And basically, this is the ask. The ask is that is for $150 million out of the CARES Act funds to the Restore RI grant program. There was $1.25 billion in CARES Act funds given. The governor has held on to a large portion of that instead of allowing it to be open to small businesses to try to fill a hole in the state budget, a deficit that was claimed to be $900 million and is now down to just $114 million with the current projections. And these are all quotes from Chris in the local newspaper. Another quote from Chris is, "Our simple request, let's provide some checks and balances when it comes to allocating what is left of the state's $1.25 billion in CARES Act funds, and let's ensure the money is going to our small businesses sufficiently." The requests include immediately allocating an additional $75 million in CARES Act funds to the Restore RI grant program, and adding an additional $75 million if small businesses are ordered to shut down to stop the spread of the virus. These proposals follow outstanding request from the Lieutenant Governor to simplify the Restore RI grant application and open the program to all small businesses, regardless of industry, increase the minimum and maximum grant amounts, and allow newly opened businesses to qualify.
Yes.
Pretty
And
simple stuff. We have a large
it is.
portion of money. It's meant to go help the economy in the state and to go help these small businesses. Please use it for that.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like if if we're not using these funds, and Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, but this all goes back. So
It does. Yep.
it's money that's there for the taking, and yeah, granted, it's not free money. At some point, taxpayers all over, we're paying for it all, and but that's what it's here for. That's what we're here for, is to help one another. And if we lose out on all this funding, think about the the local economy and how terrible that's going to be when all these little places, mom and pop shops, are just closing up everywhere. I mean, I just moved into this building a couple months ago, and some of these places are already closing that are down the road.
Right. The CARES Act funds expire on December 30th, 2020.
Yep.
So also the holding on to it to pay off to balance the budget, right? Holding on to some of this money to balance the deficit is specifically in the wording of the CARES Act, not an appropriate use of the funds. It is not meant for that. That is not something that she is allowed to do, that the state is allowed to do. I don't want to just throw it all on one person. It's not something that the state is allowed to do. That is not how this money is allowed to be allocated, but it is being held on to in case that verbiage is changed by Congress.
Correct.
So,
yeah, and like you said, you don't want to throw it on everyone. And I think we've said this on all our stuff. I think the governor has done a great job as far as the health crisis standpoint. We were leading the country for a while in the the slowdown of numbers, and we've been doing a tremendous job on all that stuff. And it's just now's the time we've got to really jump into this. And there was a lot of uncertainty with businesses when we started out with COVID. We're closed. There's a shutdown. Okay, let's open. We're going to ease that back up for you. Okay, we got some PPP, some money's coming in for you. And then it just seemed like life was getting back to a little bit of normalcy, and we all forgot about, the big elephant in the room. And schools went back, businesses started opening. I think people lost a little sense of the importance of, wearing your mask, socially distant, using your hand sanitizer, all those things. And now here we are again, back in, taking 2 steps forward to go a step ahead. And again, as the governor said, she was forced to make a bad choice on top of a bad choice. And we can all agree with that. But now is the time to pony up and really help us. I'm sure someone there is in your staff watching this just before you take your press conference. So just acknowledge us, help us get what we need. Please. I think I could speak for every person that's at that rally and going to drive around that State House today. We need help, and we need it now. We can't wait anymore. We need those checks to hit our accounts yesterday. Without it, it's detrimental. The stuff that we're being asked to do, now we're relying on you to help us, enact those things. We even have some friends that have been on some of our chats that own a gym, and some of them are outweighing, well, geez, if I shut my gym down, I'm going to lose $1,000 a day. But if I get penalized, it's like $500 a day, I believe. And they're outweighing that risk. Like, should I just get fined and stay open, or should I close and do the right thing? So just help us, help us, let us make the right decisions to be safe, and just help us with money.
Yeah, something that we talked about at the beginning of this pandemic that I think is very important to remember is that the small business community is the community, right? When you have a nonprofit organization, such as, literally anything. There's a church that I'm doing a fundraiser for next weekend. And that church is trying to raise money to do things like their big Thanksgiving event, right? So tomorrow they have a Thanksgiving event. They're going to give away 250 meals. To pay for stuff like that, to give away 250 meals, they need to raise money. To raise money, They go to local small businesses and ask them for sponsorships, things like
Right.
that. Who's gonna, support the little league teams? Where are your kids gonna go to take dance lessons or whatever? Like all of these small businesses, it's not just about the small business owner. It's the jobs in our state. It's the foundations of our community are these organizations and these small businesses that are all being affected by that. So, this rally is about getting the attention of the governor's team, commerce, everybody who makes those decisions of how to allocate this money to get an extra 150 million out and to make the process more streamlined and more easy for small businesses to apply and get the money that they need before this money runs out. Because if this money runs out, that's it. It goes back to the government. It goes back to the federal government. That's it. What you can do as just anyone watching this who has no control, if you're not one of those 10 people that we're talking to during this rally, and 10 might be an excessive number, please remember to take this seriously. And it's not like you wearing a mask, you not having 20 people at your house for Thanksgiving, that you don't that you could set up a Zoom with and talk, whatever it is, whatever it may be, any of the unnecessary risks that you're going to take could be the difference between, every life and death is what it is, right? Like, we know that we've talked about it for the last 9 months. It's scary. My mom is in the hospital fighting COVID right now. She was in a nursing home. She's in the hospital right now fighting COVID. I'm not even talking about lives at the moment. I'm talking about your little girl taking dance lessons next year. If you want your little girl to take dance lessons next year, wear a mask, because there's a good chance that if we don't, the virus is going to keep spreading and there's not going to be any other choice but then to extend this pause. And when we extend this pause, a lot of small businesses are going to fail and that dance studio might not be there next year. And that's just one example. All of this affects all of us. I'm going to go to a commercial. Rose is going to come back in a second. All right, I believe we have Shay. Is that Shay? I can't tell. You're muted.
Closed our doors to
All right.
expenses we don't want to take on. I to all the rules, and now we're asking for the
This is fine.
financial help and respect we have
I
earned.
don't know.
Our ask is not
You
complicated.
gotta turn the camera
Our ask
on.
is not complicated. It has two parts. First, financial help to give businesses a chance. The money is there, 800 million or so. It has to be spent, otherwise it is lost. Give out the CARES Act money to the Rhode Island small business community. Make this process streamlined, make it inclusive, make it fast, make it simple.
Oh, and she's gone.
I just
All right.
sent her a message.
I'm gonna text her. Turn. Hit Camflock mic.
I can see everybody's texting us, but I can't get in because I bought this as you know, I bought this fancy little phone holder with the ring light. So now I can't use my stupid phone when I'm on these things for important texting.
Okay, so Justin, Rosa is trying to get on.
All right.
Right now.
And just so everybody knows too, so we are having some of the tech issues with the rally. Again, this was kind of like our this was a very quick decision for us. We turned this rally over within a few days. It is the day before Thanksgiving, so normally Ben and his team probably would have been out there, getting some film stuff. Lori, she is faced with being quarantined, so her team couldn't go out there and do any of the filming today. I got stuck in the studio. So we're kind of relying on everyone that's out there with their cell phones and iPads to help us with that feed. But we do know that we will be able to see this later all in the news too. We can watch that unfold a little bit on there. I know I'll be excited to see what that rally looked like. We got to see it briefly at the beginning of the cast, and it looked like a very large turnout. All right, we're back. Maybe.
There haven't been. See, this is the thing about live streaming in a, live streaming in a parking lot. And all right, I'm gonna take that out for now. So we're gonna go on pause. I just wanna reiterate, Justin, unless you have more to say. This is a rally by the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition, by all of these members of all of these small businesses. It's not one group, it's not one organization. It is thousands of small businesses who are desperately in need of help right now. And everyone is taking the virus seriously. What will be on the other end? So Jen, yeah, absolutely. Yes, if you would like to. Jen just said that other people that have to be at work right now or at home are asking if they want to come on and say something. Absolutely. I texted Lori as well.
And again, Jen's been great. So if you have questions on what forms you need to do and how to do it, and Jen pops in here, she's very fluent in getting people approved on all their different grants. She's done a tremendous job. She was trying to help me a little bit with some of that stuff. It's been a wild ride, and this stream is the actual, I think, definition of how small businesses feel right now, where we're live, everything was good, it's cut out, it's come back in, it's come back out. It's been a wild ride over the last 8 months, and I think this is true to show it. So there's our girl.
Hi, Jen.
Hi guys. Sorry,
I'm gonna go on mute quick, and I'm gonna check my machines, but I'll be right back.
All right, Jen, the floor is yours.
Hi guys. Sorry, I'm at work today. Thanksgiving is pretty busy. Everybody wants their haircut, even if they're gonna stay home in quarantine. So basically, I just went to pick up lunch, and I found out that one of my lunch places downtown hasn't applied yet. So I am going to be starting yet another application for a small business, and I'm very happy to. He's a guy that has been feeding me for 20 years downtown. And
Jen, I'm going to pause you for a second.
No, go ahead.
We have Rosa, so we're going to try to go back to the rally for a minute.
Go ahead.
Our protocols are above and beyond DC. We're all on board. One of my clients had a baby. She brings her newborn baby into the facility. That's how comfortable they are with the way we keep it clean and sanitized. So why am I being forced to close when we're doing everything that we're asked to do and more? It doesn't make any sense. When other businesses have confirmed cases, but they're allowed to open. So gyms should not be singled out. We are essential and we deserve to be open. Thank you.
Powerful message. All right, we got one more. Thank you so much for your patience. Before we give Mark Dion next, I want to give a round of deep applause to everyone still out there supporting small businesses. All right, our last speaker before Lieutenant Governor is someone that's not shy with words, Mark Dion. Give a round of...
Hey, listen, I'm very shy. I'm afraid to say what I think. Back in May of this year, when the $1.25 billion was given from the federal government to Rhode Island to help with COVID, the Lieutenant Governor asked for a mealy 10% of that, $125 million. And you know what? They only allocated $50 million. And months later, they still can't give it away because their application process. That's more when you're blindfolded, and they eliminated most of the small businesses, the sole proprietors, and all of that. And now the administration thinks they've done such a great job helping small business because the state of Massachusetts and the state of Connecticut aren't giving anybody any money, so they think that they're great. But if you go up north, and I was up there a while ago, the state of New Hampshire and the state of Vermont, which are about the same population size of us, but nowhere near the number of small businesses, those states have given away $400 million to their small businesses. And Rhode Island thinks 28 million is a big deal. It's nothing. And if you pay attention to the news, the other day, the city, not the state, the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico, had a one-page application. If you were a small business owner and you needed assistance, you filled out the one page, not 50 pages of gobbledygook. And they had cars lined up like it was a food line. And they had a secretary from their economic development agency driver in the car and said, "What's your company's name?" Checked on the list, entry from the economic development. He ended up with a check. 250 cars lined up, and they gave the money away. This state can't figure out how to give money away for free. It's a disgusting shame. And at the same point in time, they're putting business. So, community.
All right. Well, Justin, welcome back. Jen, if
Yeah,
you're still there.
sorry.
Jen,
I
please
have both
continue.
on at
Jen,
the same
please
time.
continue your thought while we wait for.
Can you hear me?
No problem. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we lost them again.
Well, Justin, welcome back. Jen, if you're still there.
Sorry.
Well, Jen, you are watching this, aren't you?
Sorry, I need to lower this one because I hear the other show. Am I on?
Jen, can you provide an update on the status of the business application grants? Carol asks. I don't know. Can you? Jen is a member of the Small Business Coalition, but we don't have any power
Yeah,
with this other than our voice. Like we're not the Commerce would be the person that you would ask for that. But how is that going for you?
I do suggest that if your application is at a standstill, there is an email for Commerce. It's on their general website. Email them, and what I've done before, because
Let's tell the governor.
We have
This is not
Caswell
about
on.
politics.
All right, hold on. We're gonna
I
go to
take
this.
this
Jen, I'm
very
sorry.
personal.
I can't
Because
hear you guys.
We're gonna try to catch this.
How do I turn this
$75
microphone
million
around?
more.
All right. While he is trying to do that, there you go, Caswell. Good job.
And if we're going to have a pause, make it short. If we're going to have a pause to keep us safe, then we need to give money to those businesses that we're asking to close to keep us safe. And we need to give money to the employees and the staff that are going to be out of a job as we approach the holiday season, and they're going to worry about what food they're going to put on the table, and they're going to worry about
what gifts they're going to have for their kids under the tree. We need to support the employees as well as the small businesses. I'm here with Mayor Lombardi. Mayor Lombardi's a small business owner as well. He gets it. We have Senator Palmer here. They've been working. We do have leaders in the state that understand what is going on. We need more to speak up. We need more to speak up. Finally, the message needs to be loud and clear. Wear your mask, save a life, save a job, and save our small businesses. Thank you so much. And let's give Chris and the coalition and the small businesses that have volunteered their time to make this voice loud and clear. This is not about politics. This is personal. And we need to deliver that message to the governor. Chris, thank you so much for your leadership.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee. Thank you for all of those that came here today in support of small businesses. We are making our voices loud and clear that what the governor's doing right now is not enough, that we need more help right now and right away. Small businesses are the most important part of our economy and our community. So this is what democracy looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause to everyone that's been there. Keep your hearts for yourself. And continue to fight. Make sure your voice is heard. Continue to follow us, and we'll continue to organize in support of small businesses. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to give it off to Tony. He is our chief of staff here at the Lieutenant Governor's office to kind of let us know that we're going to follow along and go to the State House. And everyone that's here, we're going to go to the State House. We're going to beep our horns, and we're going to let the governor and the administration know that small businesses matter and our voice must be heard. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to give you the directions of how we're going to get over to the State House. But before I do that, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Tom Paquette here at Mariani. Thank you for letting us use the parking lot this morning. All right, we are leaving the parking lot. We are going to leave the parking lot, take a left, go up to the traffic light, take a right to the next traffic light, which is Charles Street. It'll take you all the way down to the Marriott Hotel. Everybody knows when you come around to the Marriott, there's a traffic light at that intersection. You take a right on Orm Street, up the hill. The Marriott will be on your right. You get to the next traffic light, you're going to take a left on State Street. Now, I'm going to be driving a red pickup truck, and I will be leading it. When you leave.
All right, so Justin and Jen, can you guys take over for a minute? And we don't need to see the directions to the State House on here. Justin, you got to unmute. Jen, you got to unmute.
I thought I did that. My apologies. I fingered it. All right. So again, we just saw some more clips from the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition's rally for support. And what we did today was we rallied about 125 and more people to a parking lot where everyone stayed in their cars for a socially distant rally. We had speakers that were all local small business owners. Chris Parisi, who is my counterpart, the other co-founder of the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition. And Lori is at home quarantining. She is our third counterpart. And we apologize for all the video cut in and out. But again, Ben normally would do that. He was stuck at home. Lori is stuck at home. So our normal camera process was down today. But I think everyone got a good idea of that. We did get the feed in for Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee, who's been a huge inspiration, I think, for every small business owner that's out there. Without Dan, we've said this a few times, we wouldn't be where we are now. So I just hope everyone remembers that at a later date and just can show him the support, when he needs it from us. So Jen, if you want, just kind of go
Yeah.
over like the process of, applying for those loans. I know there's probably a lot of people watching that, like you and I have been talking, they didn't realize they could have qualified. They might have qualified. They don't want to be bogged down with it. Maybe, I know you've worked with a lot of places. I think you did about 43,000 in helping people get, some funds in the door. So maybe you can just speak to that just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. When I first did my own application, it took me
you know,
about
when-
10 to 12
so,
hours to get it done,
Jen, if you
which was overwhelming.
go over,
And I did the big application, not the streamline that they have now. So for me, the streamline one now is actually pretty simple because, hi, Lori, because I've done it so many times for so many businesses. And again, we don't work for Commerce. We're all independent people. So, if you have direct questions, I suggest you ask Commerce. There's a lot of things that I go to them for. Commerce does have like an info email. I have found several of the businesses that I helped out, their applications came to like a little standstill. And I would email Commerce along with CRF, because that's the group that's doing the applications, just to kind of like, hey, we're kind of like, I haven't heard anything. I had a business that actually I helped apply for on a Saturday, and by Friday she had her e-documents, and she's actually here in the background. But
Jen, you got to give a shout out to that business.
her on live. She's too shy. But then I had businesses that had applied for before her that didn't get the e-documents. So it was, it's kind of like hit or miss of who you get from CRF, who your person is, and how fast they are. Just make sure that all your documents are in. I think that's a big thing. Like Justin, I know we're going to start your application tomorrow. So I actually get to meet Justin in person for the first time tomorrow.
Oh my God. That's
with our mask
so
on, of course. But make sure your Schedule C. CRF has like one line for everything, and some things require page 2, and people don't know that you can add a line. And when you add the line, make sure it says like Schedule C, page 2, just to make things very clear for your CRF person, because I can assume that they're very overwhelmed with all the applications they're getting. So just give them, if you're not sure if you need to turn it in, just turn it in, just in case. Ben?
Hey, Lori, I know that you got to go in a minute. Can you just give us a solid minute of Shop Local?
Yeah. So, man, we have everything covered. So we have our work with Department of Commerce and how we're doing those applications and getting those applications in. We're also focused on Shop Local Rhode Island, which announced a partnership with Commerce this morning, and a big push to get people in Rhode Island to shop local, or get anybody to shop with Rhode Island local businesses. We have a number of businesses. I want to say we're over 1,000 businesses there on Shop Local, and those businesses are ready to do curbside pickup and delivery services. Like Justin said earlier, we're working with delivery services in Rhode Island to make sure that if you don't feel comfortable leaving your home, you can contact the business or go to the business's website and see if they are using delivery services. So we are good to go. We have spent a lot of time updating the site and making the process to get your business on the site super easy. And there are links all over the site for anyone to contact us. My company is Visual Thrive, and my team is ready to support the companies that sign up. So please feel free. I mean, we got the small business angles covered today. Ben, where are you guys? There you are.
Sorry, I'm doing like 5 things at once right now.
Yeah, hi, guys. Sorry.
I can see my phone. It keeps saying Ben is live, Ben is live, Ben is live.
Yes, I just went live with another show on the other.
I have to say, like, together, like, we got it covered, man. I mean, we're in good shape. And Jen, you got some good information today for the businesses that you've been helping, and that is so amazing. I feel like if that's like all we do is make sure that the businesses are getting what they need and getting themselves in the process, that's just huge.
I think it's definitely overwhelming. If most business owners aren't accountants. I'm not an accountant. I feel like I deserve my accounting degree after this. But because I've been through it so many times with so many different businesses, my client is here in the background nodding her head. I did her application in an hour and a half. I went to her house, did her application.
Wow.
Basically just have all your paperwork ready for me. That all depends on people, how you feel comfortable, because
I'm sensing a new business here.
No, not happening. I'm not doing a new business.
I'll come to your house. I'll do your paperwork.
Yeah.
Paperwork here and there, all in one.
That's right. That's right.
Not at all. I mean, thankfully, it's all people that I know. I know the business owners before COVID and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happened in my family alone. We have multiple businesses, so I did it for myself, for my husband, my stepfather. So it just kind of every time I did it, it got easier and easier. And then when I hear of people struggling to do it, or like, oh, I looked at the application, it was too hard, it's too overwhelming. I mean, even my landlord, I was like pushing her. Listen, it does seem overwhelming, but it's really not. If you just take the time and read everything through. Commerce has a lot of videos out there for you to see the process.
They have a lot of videos, and I think that the service that is supporting the process, CRF or CFR?
CRF, yes.
CRF, they have been amazing. I mean, we spoke to them on a Saturday. We went through all the documentation, and I mean, I feel like all the people involved in this process we're all trying to do our best, and that is what we need to do. So anyway, I'm happy to see you guys. I was watching it working, and I have it 12 o'clock, so I need to run. But thank you, Ben. I am thinking of your family.
Thank you.
Let us all stay safe and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be grateful for. So let's focus on that. I really appreciate the time. And our work has been so cool. I can't wait for the party. That's all. I'm waiting for. Yeah.
All right,
you guys.
All right, guys. Biggest shopping weekend of the year. Normally, check out Shop Local Rhode Island. Get some local vendors. Don't go to Amazon. Everything you need is right there, and from local people. So thank you so much, Lori. I don't know if somebody is going back live when we get to the State House. I just don't know. No one is. I'm gonna try to make a phone call right now. So you guys got a couple more minutes.
We gotta fill in.
I gotcha.
All right.
So
I'm gonna make a phone
about biggest shopping weekend. Day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually, slammed. Everyone's trying to get deals. My shop. It's at 2260 West Shore Road in Warwick. We are going to do a very COVID compliant craft fair here. So my shop, obviously I do screen printing, embroidering, and wide format printing. But the other part of my business specializes in craft supplies. So we sell vinyls and cricket accessories, mugs, and things to decorate that, glitters, all that fun stuff. So a lot of my big business is crafters. So I decided what better way to kick off our grand opening on Saturday. The lieutenant governor's going to come down. I think Senator Palma, he had messaged me, he might come down. We're trying to see if our mayor-elect will come down. So Frank, if you're watching this, I better see you on Saturday. But I also know you've been under the weather and getting the Christmas lights ready, so I understand. So right now we have about 20 vendors that'll be here in person. A few people have backed out. They're going to do it virtually. So with Ben, that's the beauty of this. All the vendors that'll be here are also going to be able to sell their product virtually online. We're going to give everyone a spotlight like we're doing now. We saw Jen come in and Lori. We've had the feed go back and forth. So each vendor is going to have their own little area to show, what they do, who they are, and how to buy all their product. Go for it.
I'm so sorry, Justin. I'm going to let you plug again at the end. We have Caswell at the State House.
Perfect. What's up, Kaz?
Hey, let me put I'm trying to drive, so I want to be hands.
Well, then I'm going to take him off in a minute.
I'm hands free.
Give the camera to the person in the passenger seat.
All right, hang on. Well, I'll tell you where we're at right now. we're not there yet. So we're in this long line. It's kind of like a funeral procession, although there was a ton of people at this thing, but we've somehow lost half of our train because of a stoplight. Tony should have told them to just keep going because we're like in a procession. But so there's a group of us here that are circling around the hotel here, about to head up. What's that street where the State House is on? Smith Hill. So we're almost there. So just come back to me in about 30 seconds, and we'll be going past the State House.
All right. So Justin, yeah, talk to us more about Small Business Saturday and Simplicity Studios. Never mind. Justin, you got a phone call. We lost you. Okay, Jen. This has been a chaotic morning.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Ben. It sounds.
That's okay. I'm gonna go back to our wear a mask commercial. We'll be right back. Jen, come back in.
Come back in and out.
All right, and I'm going back to Caswell. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you can.
Hey,
Hold
Kaz.
that like that, Leah. All right, so now do you hear me now, Ben?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so we're close. I have my co-pilot Leah holding the camera so you can see the procession, see the people in front of us have their lights flicking. And when we left, we asked Lieutenant Governor his plan, and he plans to bring up the rear. He's going to be in the final car, which is going to be fun.
Very
so
nice.
we're getting close to the State House now. We're going to go past it in a little while, although now we're coming up at a stoplight, so I'm going to stay with the procession here and not let it. Oh boy, yeah, this is fun.
All the state resources that we have and all the people that we know, we couldn't get an escort through this.
So, Caswell, Jen had to sign in and sign out. Rebecca Green says, I agree with Jennifer. I helped a few businesses here and a nonprofit as well. Rebecca is a member of the Misquamicut Business Association.
There's the State House up there. You want to film that?
Thank you, Leah. That's awesome. All right.
So we're getting close. We're gonna see if we're gonna beep the horns really loud when we go by, so Gina, the governor, knows what we're doing.
Yes, please. Please still be respectful, Caswell.
I'm very respectful. I learned everything I know from the Lieutenant Governor. We're starting to get a good crowd. So Tony, the Chief of Staff, is leading up this procession. And it looks like we're pulling over to stop to maybe, it looks like some of the people are starting to catch up to us. We were the final car, but there's got to be at least 60 cars behind us. But they're not right now. So I think he's stopping for a second so that we can wait for some of these cars with the... Maddie says, here they come.
All right.
So we're getting ready to do this pass up Smith Hill in front of the State House, which is what, that's the $1 million shot.
Caswell, I didn't tell you this before, but I went live on your Facebook this morning to promote the Thanksgiving dinner.
Whose pages are we live on right now? Who's watching us?
Do you want me to go live on yours?
Yeah.
I think I got another spot.
But I'm saying, whose other pages are we on? Lieutenant Governor's page?
We are on mine, the Lieutenant Governor's page, the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition, Shop Local Rhode Island, Westerly Live.
Wow.
And it's been shared to about 30 other places.
Well, we're very close to the state. Oh, here I see we're starting to. Leah, can you turn the camera that way and try to show the cars behind us?
I can't.
Yeah, it's too hard. All right, just keep them in front of us. Here comes, see, Tony's standing out in the street. Here, I'll take the camera a second. So he looks like kind of Secret Service.
DJ.
Yep.
So he's the one that's leading the front of the procession, or whatever it is, the rally, not procession. And he's driving the first car. So as long as he's standing there, we're not moving. But we're getting ready. We're getting ready. I can feel it coming.
I can sell the cars in the back.
We'll show you who's in the back.
All right. This is nice, Caswell. I didn't realize that you actually went to the rally. I would have had you doing the camera work the whole time.
Well, Cheyenne came over to me when the lieutenant governor was just about to speak, and she said, my battery's on 3%, so you have to take over.
Show the 10.
So
I'm just gonna say, can we blame Shane for being busy today?
as long as Tony's there, we're not moving, Ben.
Yeah. So
I'll get out so you can get a better view as to what's going on.
Thank you so much. Be safe.
So there's Tony up there, and his car is way down the front.
Right.
And then we're waiting. As you see, all these cars are in line here. We got people over here dancing in their car. This is like a social distance situation.
For sure.
This is kind of fun. I've never been to a protest or a rally, really, I don't think.
What did we do in the spring? That was a press conference.
All right, we're gonna. So did you get on 95 or are you coming up the hill?
Okay, so Tony is giving someone directions right now.
Do you have anybody in front of you?
That's what it is.
So we're doing a protest.
Oh, okay. I want to wait till you get on stage. Do you still have any cars in front of you with flashes on?
You're 6 feet away from me.
So let's just reiterate again what we're talking about here. We are talking about
Okay, Tony just gave the go ahead. We're gonna head up, so we're getting in our cars.
All right, get in your
We're gonna
car.
do this thing.
Hand the phone over to Leah.
We're gonna circle the state house, kind of like circling the wagons in the Wild West.
Yes.
So I hope that the people that are watching on the lieutenant governor's page don't mind my sarcasm and humor.
I'm sure most of them are aware of who you are by now.
May I just say that thank God for our lieutenant governor, because without him, honestly, the business community would be up a creek even more than it is. So, I mean,
yeah,
that's
Justin,
just my honest opinion.
Justin, can you tell us a little bit about how the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition has come to exist in the last 9 months?
Yeah, so somehow Lieutenant Governor had added me to a quick small chat with myself, Chris Taro, who owns Sienna, and we have tons of beeping, which is great. It's a good sign. We were all on a call, and I kind of volunteered to start this whole Gift It Forward program. And with the Gift It Forward program, our initial response was to get some easy relief to businesses by allowing a website, and now which I've turned over to Lori to do Shop Local, where people could just go on and buy a gift card to that business so that when they reopen, they could get some money. And you know, oh, look at that. We've made it to the state house to get that initial relief to those businesses.
And again, what you're watching right now is the Rally to Rhode Island Small Businesses. The goal here is to get the governor's office to release an extra $150 million out of the $1.25 billion worth of money in the CARES Act in order to help small businesses that are being forced to shut their doors right now due to the pandemic. That is what that money was intended to be used for. That is what that money was intended to be used for. It is not allowed to be allocated towards fixing state deficits or fixing any holes in the budget as it is being held on to for. So that is the demand of the Business Coalition. There was a press conference on Monday with Senator DePalma and the Small Business Coalition about oversight for from the General Assembly for this issue as well.
The money. We want the money.
And there was just a rally with about 200 cars of local small business owners at a local parking lot, a local small business parking lot, and now they are taking a drive down to the state house, socially distanced, with masks and a car rally to keep everybody safe. But that is what this is for.
Free up the money, Governor. Free up the money.
Joining me right now is Justin Gonzalez, founder and one of the founders of the Rhode Island Small Business Coalition, as well as the man in the car right now, the executive director of the Untitled Business Association. So this is a protest around the state house at the moment. There was a rally earlier. We saw some of it. News cameras were there as well from the three major networks. So that is what's happening right now. We've been live for about
Free up the money, Governor. Free up the money. Free up the money, Governor.
Again, the goal here is for an additional $150 million to be added to the Restore RI grant program through Commerce. And you can apply for that today at commerceri.com. And not only that, and there you see the long line of cars behind Caswell's car right now. Again, there were about 200 cars in the parking lot or more that we could see. And the goal here is to get an additional $150 million to release for small businesses out of $1.5 billion that has been allocated for this purpose. And it's currently not been allowed to do that, and also to simplify and streamline the process of applications. That is the purpose of today's rally for small businesses. Justin, you can't hear us? Sign out and sign back in, buddy. That's fine.
Yep. Oh, I got it. At this point, she can hear us. Open up the money, Governor. Get your hand off the checkbook, Governor.
All right, guys.
Free up the cash, Governor. It's not for you.
All right.
Castle's in his glory right now.
What's that?
He's in his straight glory right now.
Free up the money, Governor. Give up the money, Governor. Give us the money.
Yes, Rebecca, I completely agree with you.
Yep.
And Tyler, you've been a huge help through all of this, helping with all the farmers. Thank you.
Here's
Oh. Caswell, what's happening now?
Oh, that was fun.
Yes, it was.
Caswell, can you hear Justin? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Justin? Yeah. Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. All over here. All right, hang on.
Hey, Caswell.
Hey there. All right, don't worry, I'm pulled over now. I think Tony took a right after we went around. So we went one full loop around the State House, and now people are dispersing. Although some people are pulling over to the side of the road to cheer on the people that haven't come in front of the State House yet. But it's a pretty darn long caravan, and all the news channels are out front watching us scream and yell at the governor. I mean, not scream and yell at her, but tell her to loosen up the money. And it was an interesting day, and I think it was successful. Hopefully, the news channels pick all this up, which I think they will, and we will be making some kind of an impact. I hope.
Yeah, and that's the goal, to get that money released for the small businesses. That was the intention of that CARES Act money, $1.25 billion that was given to the state. We're asking for a small portion, $150 million, to be released. 75 million right away, and 75 million if businesses are forced to shut down, which they are being forced to close, starting on the 30th. And that is the goal of the Small Business Coalition, and to streamline the application process. We saw in, I believe it was New Mexico, we said the other day, a one-page application for small businesses, making it very simple, very easy. We had Jennifer Ortiz from Executive Cuts in Providence earlier, talking about how complicated the application process has been, and how she has been helping other businesses through that. We also had Rebecca Green from the Squamish Business Association talk about how she's been helping businesses in the Westerly area apply for grants as well. It's a difficult process right now. And so that is the goal. The goal is to have more money that is meant for these small businesses to go out to these small businesses, and for the application process to be streamlined. Because if all of this money is not given away, if all of this money is not given to the people that need it by December 30th, we lose access to it as a state, and it goes back to the federal government, and we are no longer able to use it to help our economy. So that is the goal of this. Caswell, Justin, you guys want to say anything else before we head out for the day?
No, I
No.
think it was a successful day, and the lieutenant governor and the small business coalition did a great job. So we're happy to have just been a small part of it, representing. I just came up to represent Westerly. I packed a suitcase. I did not pack a lunch, but we're going to go to Onlyville, New York System hot dogs, because we're up here.
Awesome. Oh, Justin.
Say hi.
Hi.
Very nice. Well,
All right.
my
My last word is thanks everyone for all your support today. Let's get that money. Let's see what happens at the press conference. And this is Tommy, my little man.
Awesome. Well, thank you both, and thank you both for getting your children involved. It definitely made this day a lot cuter.
Yeah, that's Maddie back there. She was the rear camera person, and here's Leah right here. She was the side camera person. So
awesome. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you haven't yet, join the RI Small Business Coalition. Join the coalition at rismallbusiness.org. Shop local at shoplocalrhodeisland.com. Justin, I'm going to take you out. Enjoy your time with your son. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please have a safe Thanksgiving and enjoy it. And Please help us join the coalition, help the voices be heard to release the money that was meant for this. It was not meant to fix any sort of budget deficits. And there's plenty of money in the 125 billion left to go out. And if you are a business that has not yet applied for these grants, please go to commerceri.com. I'm trying to find where is it? Apply for there it is. Apply for a Restore RI grant at commerceri.com. If you need help applying for it, info at rismallbusiness.org. That is the best way to get somebody from the coalition to help you fill out that application. If this money is not used by December 30th, it goes away. So that has been the goal of the Small Business Coalition, the goal of the Lieutenant Governor's Office, the goal of members of the General Assembly, such as Senator DePalma. So thank you all for watching. I was not supposed to be a part of this. Jen, thank you so much. We're all done. Thank you so much, Jen, for everything that you've been doing, helping small businesses get these loans. These grants. So,
Hi, sorry, Ben. I
That's
couldn't hear what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I said thank you so much. We're done. We did the whole parade around.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you, and thank you to Jen, who has personally helped over $40,000 in grants go out to local businesses. It's a hard application process. We need more money released from the governor's office from the $1.25 billion. The Small Business Coalition is and the General Assembly, I believe, are asking for $150 million. It's 75 right now, and $75 million if small businesses are asked to be enclosed, which they are during the 2-week pause at least. So please, please, please join the coalition. Again, info at RI Small Business Coalition at rismallbusiness.org. And that is great. Someone, Chris or Jen or someone will get in contact with you and help you file for this grant. It's very important that all of this money get used in the manner that will best help our small businesses, best help our economy, and the manner in which it was meant to be used to begin with. Jen, you want to say anything before we go?
Just please apply. If you need help, please reach out. We have members of our coalition are in pretty much every single industry. So just please reach out. If one of us can't help you, reach out to Commerce or many of their organizations that are also helping with applications. Just apply, please.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody for watching. And remember, wear a mask, save a life, save a job, save a business. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.